gameless. United in the Europa League, Europa League. Let me tell them one time.
There you go. Man United won. FC Twente won. Christian Eriksen's goal was ruled out with a Christian Eriksen mistake, a catalogue of mistakes that include Maguire, Onana, and then afterwards, yes, we nearly scored because they nearly kicked the ball in the back of the net. They attempted to do it again, by the way, but large part of that game, yeah, we play neat and tidy stuff, KG. Yes, sometimes the passing's nice, and we're like, oh yeah, that's good play, that's good link-up play, but you're not winning games, you're not scoring goals, you're not putting the ball in the back of the net. You can't do that. Like, you can't do that at home. FC Twente, first game of the Europa League. Fortunately, we got 7 more games. It's not the end of the world, but that ain't good enough. That just is not good enough. Thoughts?
It's just unnecessary, man. We just made that stupid mistake, and it cost us. You know, I put it down. I do put it down to that.
But it
I don't know. I know
KG.
people are saying. I know it's not.
No.
I know, but it's like it's. I don't want to overreact. Do you know what I mean? Like that's bad. And it was a moment, literally, a runner play in the game where Man United just went at it, and they suffered.
Look at them. They're celebrating. That's how big it is for them to draw at Old Trafford. They're celebrating in front of their away fans in the first game of the Europa League. We can't even score more than a goal.
I don't know, man. I think it's just we just made a.
And you say the mistake came against running the play. I don't think it did. Second half, we did shit all. Second half, nothing. And then they scored, and we started panicking because they thought, oh, they're going to be celebrating in front of their away fans at the end of the game. We better go and win this because that would be embarrassing. Because we were just doing it half pace for the second half, not doing anything.
Look, it means what he thought. I don't know, man. It was such a silly mistake, man.
Look at them. They're bouncing up and down.
It means everything. Come to the great Man United and got outside out of the game.
Yeah, we shouldn't let them. We should be like, look, that should be the team talk for them. Look at them. They want it. It's like the Forest thing all over again. They don't want to be here. You know, they do. We don't, apparently. We're too good for this. We're too good for this, but we're not. We're not too good for this.
Bruno
where we deserve to be.
Bruno should have done better in that just at the end as well. But that was shit. That was shit from the team in that moment. But come on, man. I don't know what else to say. Do you know what I mean? It's not like it can't be this, not the end. It's not going to be the end of the world. It was terrible, but like literally we have to cut out those mistakes and we have to finish. We had good enough chance. We had a couple good enough chances to win this game. So are we saying now that what we're saying is that game on the manager, or who's that game on? Are we saying as a community?
Okay,
I know we're blaming. I know we're blaming Bruno for it as well, but then
it's the same. You know what it is? Yeah, it's the same as it was last season, which is it's a combination of everyone, isn't it? It's a combination of some of the players, like you said. Eriksen makes a mistake, not finishing chances. Bruno at the end. What are you doing? Manager, when we want to go win the game, by the way, KG, and we're putting Bruno out to the right-hand side again. I don't know why we're doing that again. We're talking about all the options we've got. By the way, Anthony, panned in transfer requests. Don't even bother. We're not even having natural right wingers playing on the right-hand side now. You know?
I think we just made that one. Honestly, man, I feel it
wasn't one mistake, KG. Though it's bigger than one mistake.
What I saw today.
If we boil that down to the only reason we drew today is one mistake, then we do ourselves a disservice.
There was actually a catalogue of mistakes in that moment. In that one moment with the breakaway, literally, this guy, who jumps in first? Maguire jumps in. Someone else jumps in, and then after we recover the ball from Ugarte, and then Eriksen's on it with enough time. And Eriksen goes backwards. Like,
even with that though, KG, like if it's just a mistake, that implies that everything else was fine, and everything else wasn't fine in that game, particularly second half. Like, would you describe outside of the mistake? Are you happy with that performance?
No, because I wanted you want your team to pepper the goal more, you know.
So it's not just a mistake, then, is it?
I hear it, but I'm saying that when you really look at this game, there were chances for us to win this game. That's the killer, and we was in control for most of this game. Like it wasn't a game where we wasn't in control of the game. You know what I mean? So I don't know what to say to you, bro. All I'm saying from what I saw is they took that breakaway moment and they made it count. Was I nervous about them and all their attacks? No, I didn't see any. I didn't even see they took off they took off one of their best players.
But it's not about being nervous or anything like that, is it? It's
no,
about
but I'm saying I hear it. But I'm saying that there wasn't a game where there was knocking the door down, letting us like the goal is coming soon. I didn't feel none of that. And then what happened in that moment is we had a lapse, which is an honest lapse of concentration, and it killed us. In this moment, we had an honest lapse in concentration, and it killed us. I don't know if everyone's going to say, "Oh, now because of that result, that's clearly on the manager, and now Erik ten Hag should walk from that kind of." I don't think it was. I don't think it's that. I don't think it's that.
I just think again, it's a case of that ain't good enough. Like, and again, it wasn't just, we were tell you what, we absolutely battered them. We were all over them. We should have won 5-0, but it was just that one mistake. That's the one thing that let us down. It was more than that. Played well in the first half. Second half, we took our foot off the gas. They were coming back into the game. That's why their fans were cheering so loudly, because they got a sniff of it and went, this is on here. You know, actually, it's only, what do we say? It's only 1-0, you know? And then after that, all right, you go 1-0 down. It can happen. What's your reaction like? And if your reaction is, I'm going to put Bruno out wide right, that is madness. And then you're looking at the players going, you really creating all that much? Once again, it's a bit like when we were playing Palace at the weekend. Obviously, no, I didn't see the game. But then the last 10 minutes gets hit and hope again. Let's throw balls into the box. How are we finding ourselves with 10 minutes to go, hitting the ball into the box against FC Twente? Got loads of super chats, by the way, to get to. Vincent Brown says, stop watching United for over 2 years. I'd rather listen to you all on United View. My health can't handle our matches. Share a beer, lads. Fat Thor says, if we can't score and make poor subs, that's on Erik ten Hag. Isaac says, does Erik ten Hag not see these Bruno performances? Vincent Brown says, stop watching United over 2 years. Health is key. There's loads here. C1 Chaos was the next one. C1 Chaos says, United's attack is League One caliber. Jamaican United says 4 more years. Erik ten Hag in. Bruno with the vomit thing. Manish says, Erik now has all the tools. What the hell is this? We've got Pranav with says PSG fleeced us with Ugarte. Danny DeFito says it's now a straight up obsession with keeping Bruno on. How much more evidence do you need to know playing him on the right doesn't work? Guy needs to be dropped as soon as possible. Also, one mistake is not an excuse to drop points against a team like this. KG, wake up. Mason says, KG, this is bad. Maurice says, KG, call it what it is, mate. Get this manager out and take Bruno with him. Toxic positivity needs to stop now. Redwine's been a member for 7 months, says, will we score versus Tottenham? Because Tottenham are a high-scoring team. Do Flamingo says, you know it's bad when KG is speaking in a soft, zesty voice. Charles says he'll do anything to not take Bruno off. Pranav says we have Porto and Fenerbahce next year. We might not get out of the group of 24. LOL. Legendary Villain says KG again with his Bruno excuses. He is out of form.
I didn't even excuse Bruno. I didn't even excuse Bruno. That's some bullshit, but it's what it is.
Don F says, Ineos. Jamaican United says KG is an Erik ten Hag apologist. Excuse FC. Julian says, not on that mistake. Liverpool would win 4-1. Delusion. Mr. Darkside says, for me, Ten Hag has proven he's not the guy. Game after game, we cannot score. An elite manager gets his team right at this point. We are Man United. We have standards. I say we go for Nagelsmann quick. Roosh has been around for 24 months. Says, it's so sad to see how Bruno is declining more and more every single game. This Man United team is really killing us. Jadine says, it's okay, guys, because Rashford did flip-flaps. Fraser D says, allow it, KG. It's now given delusional. Chaos football. Amanor says, KG, what are your standards for this team to draw? Mason's been a member for 5 months. Says Eriksen needs to stop being played deeper when he played centre attack and mid at Spurs. This guy's in-game management is shocking. 3 seasons. Kristen is put a super chat in. Says, I didn't realise Erik ten Hag lost the ball, gone flying in for a challenge or couldn't cover his front post. But hey, let's blame the manager. Joe has been a member for 27 months, says, stick to your guns, KG. This team is improving. It's frustrating to watch, but I'm confident they come good. And Joe Fleming says, but we have had too many games left with this feeling under this manager. I'm pretty much done. KG, a lot of people were saying your name. Thoughts?
It's what it is. I think, again, people feel how they're gonna feel. I'm not gonna change. I'm not gonna say anything to change their opinion. Really, all I can say is I do see it as a runner. There was a moment, a shit moment in the game, poor runner play, and a catalogue of errors that led up to. You can say Anana, you can say Ericsson, you can say the Maguire. Shouldn't have happened. Man United wasn't in trouble in this game. Man United, for me, looked at as in control of the game. Yes, they went off the boil second half. They weren't as clinical as they weren't as clinical as they needed to be. And then after that, it culminates in that moment at the end of the game where, you know, Maguire tries to get his head to it, and literally the keeper just is off the line and stuff. And the keeper's made some. It's annoying because it's probably similar to the game you lot saw against Crystal Palace, where the keeper makes some big saves, 2 really big saves. Again, deflections and stuff. You need somebody's luck to go for you. It's just it's a shame. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna over. You can't overdo it. You know what I'm saying? I just think you can't overdo it. There was things that we saw in this game that we liked, and there was the other side is just if Man United need to cut out those silly mistakes. That's the part of the game they need to cut out. We want the goals to come, but those mistakes, those important ones, we have to stop that.
So we need to score. We need to score.
What's that?
We need to score and not be conceding silly goals as well.
Score and cut out the mistake.
Mr. Hussein says United banter era is the worst of any top 6 team. Zippy says second half tactics were overcomplicated. Kobe should have played where Bruno plays. Mount should have come on for Ericsson. Garner should have come on for Ahmad. Dallo should be our captain, best player for us. And V says people
Ericsson
are on crack.
Mistake, though, man. That's what I'm saying.
We had 19 shots, not an Eric. But this is what I mean as well, yeah. This is what I don't get. There is such an insistence on this is on Eric, this is on this is on that. It's on all of them, yeah? From a manager's point of view, you cannot be drawing at home to FC Twente. Look how they're celebrating that result. You've got to be getting more results. You've got to be scoring more goals. From the player's point of view, you've got to be actually passing it to your your teammates as well. And also, if someone does make a mistake or whatever, it ain't the end of the world. You felt like the moment that goal went in, you went, well, shit, we're not going to score now. That's it. Why? Because we can't score, and more likely we're going to concede because that's what we do. So it's mentality of the players. It's the mentality of the coach and the coaching staff. You've got to put that mentality into the players as well. That's the problem. We focus so much on one thing, one person. This player's going to fix it. That manager, that coach. No, altogether, that ain't good enough. That is not good enough.
What I think is,
and then you get this, and then you get this. It goes, Owen, what is the manager meant to do? Don't blame him. I just blamed everyone, and this is also part of the problem too. You blame everyone, and then everyone goes, "Why are you blaming that one person individually?" You're not. You're not. I'm not. I'm not saying that is all on Erik ten Hag. That was Erik ten Hag's fault. Resign tonight. You're going, that's not good enough from the manager and the players. But we get into this selective hearing shit when we just start going, I can't believe you've said that about the manager. I can't believe you've said that about Bruno Fernandes. Remember that also as well? I can't believe you dared criticize Bruno Fernandes after the weekend. That's not good enough. What's he doing at the end of the game? What is that?
It's poor,
it's madness.
Man. What
madness.
do you know?
And then also, what's he doing on the right-hand side as well? That's also madness.
We put him there. We put him there before and got something. We have put him there before and got a tune. So it's not like we've never seen that before. We've done it even in some of our bigger games and done well with him there. It just wasn't good.
But like in this options there now, KG.
Yeah, we should have. What we should have done is showed some composure. We made the mistake, and Man United started rushing. That's one of the biggest issues. Like, relax. You get over it like that. The moment happened, lift your head up and go again. But what Man United are doing is, once they make a mistake, they can't kind of overcome it. And they can't just say, look, guys, we've been creating against these lot. We've been getting change from the left back and right back. Let's continue to do the same things that we've been doing. And here we go. Look, this is the mistake. Matisse.
Matisse is calling you. Well, KG's muted himself anyway as well now.
Oh, it's just because of the call. Now look at this thing here. Just look, you win the ball back, and he doesn't. This is Ericsson, because you don't make this mistake, they won't score. This is Ericsson. That's shit. That is,
I know it's shit.
That's
shit.
Eriksen.
And I'm still telling you,
Eriksen, bro.
It's on Eriksen, the biggest mistake. Maguire, what's he doing? I'm telling you now as well. The goalkeeper, this is near post. He gets done there, absolutely done. Look, it's near post.
Eriksen,
he jumps out of the way first as well with Onana as well. That's not good goalkeeping. It's not. And again, that's not to say that's not Christian Eriksen's biggest mistake there. I totally agree. But from the keeper point of view, you got to be better than that. And then from the team point of view, got to react to that. You're Man United, you're at home. Go get another goal. You got enough players on the pitch.
That's the thing. And
then from the manager point of view, you got, your captain once again isn't doing anything. Take him off. Take him off. You've got a bench full of options. Why are you trying to shoehorn him into a side that isn't scoring anyway? That's not going to help things, is it? Don't overcomplicate stuff. You see all those changes when they came on as well, and all the players are looking around going, "Oh, well, what am I meant to go?" Christian Eriksen, he couldn't even believe he was coming off or whatever. When that's all happening, again, you're going, "Well, what are we doing?" It's just all around. That's not good enough.
Yes. Look at these missed chances, man. Come on, United. There we go. Nice drops into Bruno there. Just not enough. Look at this one.
Calling you out in the chat as well.
United. We just need to. We're just soft underbelly. I'll speak to Matisse.
He says, Kevin Greggs, pick up the phone.
It's over there. I would have picked it up that time when everyone was calling me. Oh, man. Listen, you don't have to. I think for us, we don't have to just go crazy. We don't have to go crazy. That was shit.
It's not about going crazy. It's just about.
You just have to literally.
It's just about saying, why can't we learn? Why do we do that? We're doing the same stuff over and over and over again.
Yeah.
That is mental.
I hear it.
that is crazy. It's the, missing chances. Well, that happened. That's happened all season. Individual mistakes. Well, that happened last season.
Matisse, my phone is over there. All right. Apple Watch it is. Hello, Matisse.
I can't hear that, KG.
I told you, my phone is over. Like, my phone's far from me, bro.
When you're calling me with your low hair follicle head, calling my phone.
No one can hear you, Matisse. Matisse, no one. My phone is far, Matisse.
You can hear it now.
You better hold that. Hold that. You understand? Hold that. At home to FC20p. Home to FC20FC. Hold that, Hazy. Yeah?
Thank you, Matisse.
A lot to say about 10 Heineken. Hold. Have a drink on me, brother.
Thanks a lot, Matisse. You dickhead. There you go. Look. We've been there before. I'm actually getting better at it, to be honest. I'm getting better at that part of the game.
That's the problem as well, because it's so often.
Yeah, getting better at that part of the game. But it's just, look, man, I'm not gonna overreact on this one. Man United, let them. They done something in that game that let themselves down, and they need to get better at recovering. They need to get better at just when it goes bad, just saying, okay, that was a bad moment, which happens in games. You do make mistakes. What now? And we just need to show a level of a better mentality there. And Bruno doesn't help with that part of the game, because when it does go bad, he starts panicking, starts doing stupid shit. Like, literally, there's so many times when it does go bad, Bruno gets worse. Like,
take him off then.
That's what I'm saying. That's what does need to happen. That's where you can say, look, manager, that's on you to say, you know what? When it gets into certain dogfights, Bruno just starts to do extra stuff for no reason. Like, he just does way too much, and it's just unnecessary. The game doesn't need it. He doesn't need to do that. We just need to calm down and create the same way. If you've been creating chances from before, why would you now get into a stage where, yes, they scored, yes, they had a moment, but I can't remember a lot of times when Onana was working or getting peppered, because he wasn't getting peppered tonight. That's the only chance I can really remember. I can't think of anything else that they had going for them in that game. So then it just Man United cut out the mistakes, become more clinical. We have to do that soon. But then again, like, is there other things that I'm saying, you know what? And I didn't see the game against Crystal Palace, so there was stuff that I was just seeing for the first time in the 40-something minutes of football. And I was like, you know what? This is nice to finish the half and not be under any pressure, not be worried.
This is what Coach Campbell was saying, and it's true. It is true when he's saying we do baby ourselves because we do 5-yard passes or 20 minutes of passing and pressing, and we go, well, that's good because we didn't do that before. But realistically, that's not what a top team does. And I know you can say, well, Man United ain't a top team or whatever, but we can't baby ourselves with stuff like that and go, well, that's acceptable. Just because last season we couldn't pass the ball. If we do actually string 2 or 3 passes together, we suddenly get gassed about it and we're like, well, that's great. And you go, well, no, it's not actually. The fact that we have to like applaud that, like golf clap, that's a problem.
I'm not even getting gassed. We're talking about just being able to.
You said earlier on, I'm enjoying what I'm seeing.
No, I was enjoying that. But that's what I'm saying. We're 1-0 up and we was in control of the game. Why can we not enjoy that? That's what I'm saying. Like, that was okay. Like, I know we're looking back at hindsight. In the time, was 1-0 up in half time, and we controlled the first half. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. That's okay. Now, in the second half, we do need to push on. See, if I can look at, say, well, was enjoying it. Well, no, that was the first half of football where it was in control. Second half, I wouldn't even say that we totally lost control. I wouldn't even say that we totally lost control, but we're not cutting edge. We're not clinical. That's the biggest problem with Man United is we still can't score goals. And that was a problem last season. We didn't score enough goals, and you're still seeing that. That's not been fixed, unfortunately. And we have to, that's the part that Ten Hag, coaching staff, players have to figure out.
A couple more super chats, then we'll wrap things up because we've got fan views and player ratings to do. Fraser D says, surely you don't believe what you're saying, KG. This game isn't just about one mistake. We're not good enough, though the game should be a win. No excuse. Shanagan says, played 8 games this season and only won 3. Nathan says, KG, your standards are low, bro. I'm fuming and you're making pointless excuses. Teams do not fear us, or don't you get that? We don't look like we're getting top 4 Europa. What is worse? Ten Hag has spent £660 million. Charles A says, don't think you understand, KG. Things aren't working, and Erik ten Hag tries the definition of madness. He doesn't understand this team, therefore makes bad subs. Phrase D says, KG's delusion is getting more annoying right now. Larry says, 1 win in 9 last European games. My manager. Bree says, I don't understand how Ten Hag can't beat his favorite team he watches every week. Surely he knows their weaknesses as a fan. Joe Fleming says, we've got good players, though. I don't care what anybody says, maybe not elite ones. I think a different manager might do better now, has to be said. And Toby says, KG is the one getting gaslit by the chat. Remain calm all. So
I'm not even looking at that chat. I just thought, rah. Once we lose, I know it's on me. If Bruno mispasses the ball, it gets ridiculous. So I just said, you know, fuck it. You lot made up your mind, innit? I can't do nothing about it. I'm saying, for me personally, I'm not overreacting by the result. It's not the best result, and I can see what went wrong in the game. We have to iron out those issues.
Look, our Europa League campaign is not over. You know,
that's what I'm saying.
Like that. The season is not over, but it's a concern that you can't ignore it. You can't ignore it. No
one's saying to ignore it though, Owen. That's the killer. No one's saying
we kind of know, but that's what I mean. We do ourselves a disservice, and we kind of do ignore it when we go, it was just one mistake, because it's not one mistake. It wasn't just one mistake that's cost us the game. You know, we've cost ourselves the game.
Obviously, we've not been clinical,
but also we haven't scored goals, and that's a recurring pattern. And that's a recurring pattern.
We agreed with that, but then it was one serious, significant passage of play that we should have done way better.
Like, for instance, if I'm late to work every day, and then one day I come in and I go, I tell you what, buses today, that's why I couldn't get in late. You go, well, yeah, but you're late every day, so. It doesn't really fly. You know what I mean? If we absolutely dominated and battered them, and legitimately it was just that one mistake outside of everything else was fine, I don't know. But
not fine. Anyway, we'll go around the houses with this. But yeah.
Exactly. Indeed. So a big up to everyone. Appreciate everyone tuning in. Cage is going to record his fan view. You might have to do play ratings as well, actually, singly, because there's no flex.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Yeah. You can do very quickly play ratings. I'm sure you'll get no heat for that at all. As well. Full-time view will be coming shortly as well. I'll be jumping over and posting the link out too. So big up to everyone. I appreciate you tuning in. And Spurs at the weekend as well. We're out of here. Peace.